can tell you that they love you when they never mean it. True love come from God in the name of Jesus. Turn my back on the king, I committed treason. Thank God he forgives, and I was named a preacher. Screaming Jesus.
What's up, YouTube? You're Inside the Edge, and I'm back with another video for you guys. Today, I want to talk about Adama Sanogo. It's looking like he signed a 2-year contract with the Chicago Bulls. It seems like, he's played his entire career in the G League, and it looks like it's paying off, guys. I've been saying, man, we need to sign Adama Sanogo. It just seems like, he's been improving throughout his first year playing in the G League with Chicago, and it's always going to be beneficial when you can put a young player playing in the G League, because it truly does help players. It truly does develop. When you look at Bronny James, a lot of people is knocking him because he's going to play in the G League. And I'm like, guys, it's not a knock. It's a good thing when you can play in the G League and play at a high level until you feel like you can be in your team's rotation. And Sanogo has added himself into this Bulls rotation. It seems like this was a long time coming. When you look at, the Bulls, we talk about the center position. Who knows what's going to happen to Vooch. But it just seems like, Sanogo has improving every single, month playing in the G League, and it's starting to pay off. When you see his numbers, he's averaging 20 points per game, and, he's getting 10-plus rebounds. I mean, this guy was a double-double machine, playing in the development league. And I think he can transition his game into the NBA. I believe he's ready, and that's why I'm excited, guys. I think this was a good move for the Bulls last year to draft him. He was undrafted, just to sign him, just to see what he has. And I think this guy has a good build, and he can be a good piece to the Chicago team. We're talking about the youth of this Bulls team, and I think Adama Sanogo, he can add, his championship mind, being with Dan Hurley, teaching him how to facilitate, be a guy that can, bring impact to a team. And I know he's going to bring all those tools to Chicago. And just looking at what he did last year in Chicago, I mean, he's only played in one game, and that's the game that we all seen when he had, 20 points, 20 rebounds. I mean, this guy was a double-double machine from what we've seen from his game against the Wizards, and I think he's going to just, grow from here, guys. He has another offseason to develop even as a better center, because I believe that's what he's going to play coming into Chicago. And looking at what he did last season, in the G League, he's played in 29 games. He's averaged 30.3 minutes. He averaged 22 points a game. He averaged 9.2 field goals per game. He averaged 61.5% from the field. And he also shot 73.3% from the free throw line. So, I mean, this is a guy that, his free throw shooting is par. It's better than Andre Drummond. And that's what I want to get into. I definitely think that Sanogo is an upgrade from Andre Drummond. I mean, Sanogo, he's 6'9", 260 pounds. I mean, this is a big guy. I mean, that's why he can box out really well. He's strong. He has a lot of strength. And I think he can out-muscle and out-rebound a lot of other caliber players that's not as strong as he is. I definitely think he has that advantage. Just looking at what he does in the paint, I mean, he is a inferior on the paint, guys. This guy's an enforcer. The way he can box out and rebound is excellent. He has a nice soft hook shot. His offensive game is solid, guys. He has a solid offensive game. I think he strives the most in the pick and pop game. When he's picking and rolling, when he rolls, I think that's when he's at his best, in my opinion. He can play back to the basket. I do like his footwork. When you watch him score, he does have a nice up and under fake. He does have good footwork where he can, spin off you, just get those up and under pump fakes. And I think that is what Chicago is going to be needing from him next year. But I think the most important thing that I like about Sanogo and his game is the way he can facilitate. Unlike Andre Drummond, he's just one-dimensional. He's a guy that's just going to rebound, crash the boards, get putbacks. But Adama Sanogo can do that. And plus, you can put him at the elbow. You can put him on top of the key. And he can make plays for you guys. He can be a Draymond Green. I'm just looking at like what he did with UConn, the way he was facilitating, finding shooters. Chicago, if Billy Donovan wants to push this ball movement with Giddey, Kobe White, Ayo, if this is a team that wants to be with ball movement, I think Adama Sanogo fits this unit because he can facilitate at an all-time high. I think he's a really good passer. He can find shooters, and he's not one-dimensional. So that's why I like Sanogo. And I just think for him to just play a year in the G League and just see his performance against the Wizards, I think that is his time, guys. I think Bull fans, I think a lot of us feel good about Sanogo, and I think that he needs the chains unleashed from him. I think he needs to, get some minutes next season, some instant minutes, and I truly believe he can be the next starting center for the Chicago Bulls. I truly believe that. Looking at his background, him being in college, he's talked a lot about his struggles, being from overseas and just making this opportunity the most of what he wants. I think he's going to showcase his talents, and I try to look at the numbers, guys. So Chris Hayes, he's put out the article of the two-way signing deal, but there's no money involved. So I wish I had that information for you guys. I looked through like a lot of articles, and this is kind of fresh, guys. This was a contract he signed yesterday, so there's really no specifics yet, but I'll try to drop that in the description when I can. But for you Bull fans, I want to hear your guys' thoughts on Adama Sanogo. How do you guys feel about him? Truly, I think he's going to be the next center for the Chicago Bulls, and I just love his growth. Now, his only weaknesses, I would say, is sometimes when he's in the paint, sometimes he will, make a shot, miss it underneath the rim, and sometimes he'll try to put it back, and sometimes he just needs to look around and look for somebody on the outside and kick the ball out. Sometimes he's, he tries to do too much in the paint sometimes, where sometimes he can just kick it out, reset the play. But other than that, guys, he can definitely polish a little bit on his offensive game, as far as his shooting. He's not the best three-point shooter. I think he shot 36% when he was in college with UConn. So, that can fall later in his career, but I definitely think that his pick and roll is his strong suit. When he rolls, that is where he's at his best. So for you Bull fans, I want to hear your guys' opinion on Sanogo. How do you guys feel about him? Are you excited? I'm excited. I definitely want him on this team. Me being from Connecticut, I'm definitely rooting for him. So with that being said, guys, for you Chicago Bull fans, be sure to subscribe, drop a like, drop a comment. It helps my channel grow. I'll see you guys in my next video, and I hope everyone's having a good 4th of July. I hope you guys have a good 4th of July. Until next time, peace.
I can tell you that they lie when they never mean it. True love come from God in the name of Jesus. Turn my back on the king, I committed treason. Thank God he forgives, now his name I'm preaching, screaming Jesus.